In a twist of fate, nature's fury brings both destruction and hope to a parched land. Tropical Storm Alberto, the first named storm of the season, has made landfall in Mexico, leaving a trail of tragedy in its wake. But as the storm rages on, it also carries the promise of relief for a region gripped by severe drought. This is the story of Alberto's double-edged impact on Mexico and southern Texas. Hello viewers, and welcome to our breaking weather report. Today we're tracking Tropical Storm Alberto as it moves inland over Mexico, bringing heavy rains and gusty winds to both sides of the US-Mexico border. As of June 20th, 2024, Alberto has already claimed at least 3 lives in Mexico. The storm's relentless downpour has turned streets into rivers and sparked fears of flash flooding and mudslides. But in a cruel irony, this same deluge is being hailed as a potential savior for a region that has been thirsting for water for years. As of 8 a.m. EDT, Alberto was moving westward at about 13 miles per hour. Its sustained maximum winds have weakened to 45 miles per hour, down from earlier reports. The National Hurricane Center in Miami expects Alberto to rapidly weaken as it moves over land, likely dissipating later today or tonight. While the Texas coast is seeing a decrease in rainfall and winds, northeastern Mexico isn't out of the woods yet. Heavy rain is forecast to continue through the morning, with an additional 5 to 10 inches expected. Some areas in the Mexican states of Coahuila, Nuevo León, and Tamaulipas could see maximum totals of about 20 inches, especially in higher terrain. This massive amount of rainfall comes with serious risks. The National Hurricane Center warns of considerable flash and urban flooding, as well as new and renewed river flooding. Areas of higher elevation in northeast Mexico are also at risk for mudslides. But it's not just Mexico feeling Alberto's effects. Parts of southern Texas are also under alert. While rainfall is expected to diminish across the region today, with less than an inch forecast, there's still a chance of a tornado or two in deep South Texas. Now let's turn to the human impact of this storm. In Nuevo León state, civil protection authorities have reported 3 deaths linked to Alberto's rains. One man tragically lost his life in the La Silla River in Monterrey, the state capital. Even more heartbreaking, 2 miners died from electric shocks in the municipality of Allende. Local media reports suggest these young victims were simply riding their bicycles in the rain when disaster struck. In response to the dangerous conditions, Nuevo León Governor Samuel Garcia has suspended metro and public transportation services in Monterrey from Wednesday night until midday Thursday. But amid the tragedy, there's a glimmer of hope. Much of Mexico has been suffering under severe drought conditions, with northern Mexico hit particularly hard. Raúl Quiroga Alvarez, the Tamaulipas State Secretary of Hydrological Resources, sees Alberto as a potential blessing in disguise. During a news conference, Alvarez downplayed the storm's risks, instead focusing on its potential to ease the region's water crisis. He noted that the state's reservoirs were dangerously low, and Mexico owed a significant water debt to the United States for their shared use of the Rio Grande. In Alvarez's words, "This is what we've been hoping for 8 years in all of Tamaulipas." He went so far as to suggest that people should greet Alberto happily, calling it a win-win event for Tamaulipas. This sentiment is echoed by some residents. In Tampico, local Blanca Coronel Moral ventured to the city's waterfront to await Alberto's arrival. She expressed gratitude for the much-needed water, saying, "We have been needing this water that we're now getting, thank God. Let's hope that we only get water. Our lagoon, which gives us drinking water, is completely dry." As Alberto continues its path inland, Authorities are taking precautions. Schools in Tamaulipas have been closed for the remainder of the week due to the potential for localized flooding. The situation remains fluid, with Alberto's full impact yet to be determined. Will it bring the drought-breaking rains that many hope for, or will its fury lead to more tragedy? Only time will tell. We'll continue to monitor Tropical Storm Alberto and bring you updates as the situation develops. For now, we urge all residents in affected areas to stay safe, follow local guidelines, and be prepared for potential flooding and other storm-related hazards. This has been your Breaking Weather Report. Stay tuned for more updates, and remember, when it comes to tropical storms, hope for the best, but always prepare for the worst. Stay safe, everyone.